The upcoming vote comes a week after an agenda to overhaul current election laws was blocked by the GOP. The Freedom to Vote Act would have made it easier to register to vote, making early voting and access to mail-in ballots a federal requirement. Plus, Election Day would become a federal holiday. The Freedom to Vote Act is a response to recent Republican-led state laws limiting voter access. Well, joining us now to talk about this is W.Mondale Robinson, the founder of the Black Male Voter Project. Thank you so much for joining us. Start by telling us, why haven't elected officials reached a consensus on voting rights in America?
First of all, thank you so much for having me this afternoon. Let's be clear. I don't think it's necessary for us to mince words on this. Consensus amongst elected officials across party lines is not important on this issue. This is a failure of the Democratic Party to give black voters what they deserve and what we were promised. And this is nothing new. If we look back in history at when black voters turn out and vote, we are usually given our needs last after the Democratic Party has taken care of all other demographics. And this is tragic for a lot of reasons, but mainly because this election cycle, we gave the Democratic Party two senators from Georgia and the White House. So they control all three houses in the executive and legislative branch. And yet and still, we are still being told because of a filibuster, which is racist, Joe Manchin's need to negotiate something less than what the John Lewis Act is, which is also grounded in racism and prioritizing white meat over black folk, is absolutely disgusting. Yet it is par for the course.
Well, given your strong feelings about that, is there anything congressional leaders can do to ensure the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act passes this week?
Yeah, I think the Democrats did an amazing thing last week when they put forth the uh, the Freedom to Vote Act, and it failed in the Senate level. What looked like a failure was actually a step forward to us getting this done, because what it showed Joe Manchin was, for 9 months you held the entire the entire Democratic Party, and also all black voters hostage, because you said you can bring along Republicans with the bill that was not the John Lewis Act and that it was watered down. So what the Democrats need to do now is tell Joe Biden, get in line. You've had your time. You didn't deliver any Republicans, not one. So now it's time to, renegotiate what the filibuster is. In my eyes, the filibuster should be gone away. But at this point, we know that that's probably not likely. But they can renegotiate and change what is required and when it's required, and make it that it's not required, and pass the John Lewis Act. They need to get serious about that, because we gave them everything they
Now,
asked of us in the last election cycle. So now it's time for them to pay dues.
yeah, I mean, that's loud and clear to most people. Tell me about your experience, though, because you have worked on dozens of campaigns. You've spearheaded multiple voting initiatives. So from what you're seeing, how important is the black male vote?
I mean, we are the sleeping giant. If we look at across this country, before my effort, I spent 20 years working over 127 campaigns, and what I noticed was there were a lot of white men, mostly consultants, and then some black people that were talking at black men, never asking or including us in what was right or policies that were important to us. But with our effort, what we were able to see that black men are just like any other demographic. Once you see and hear their issues and put that as a part of your platform, then we turn out. And I tell you this, black men will not turn out uh, for a party that has done nothing for them for 150 years and then continue that behavior in 2021.
So do you think that if they feel like the Democrats have not delivered, do you think those black male voters would turn to the Republican Party in the next election?
No, I'm not saying that. I think what happens is the way black men protest is, if you look at our history with the voting, black men, nearly half of black men that are already registered to vote were not voting in 5 consecutive federal elections before our effort existed. That is powerful. That means uh, more than half of the black men in this country did not vote for Barack Obama, even though they could have. And then if you consider the fact that brothers that are in prison and also those that are not registered don't participate, then a significant portions of black men don't see the electoral system as a way forward. So the way that they would not vote for Democrats is by sitting out elections altogether, as that's been the case. And that's not a critique of black men. That's a critique of the way we play politics and the transactional nature in which the parties show up.
Now, you have talked about the fact that black voters have made record turnouts in the last presidential election, of course, helping President Joe Biden cross that finish line. And you've talked about the fact of your concerns about the filibuster. For the first time, actually, the president did mention it in a way that could indicate he would consider making changes to it. What do you think the president needs to do to step up?
Use the bully pulpit. Start threatening some people in his party. Tell Joe Manchin we will not fundraise for you. Tell Chuck Schumer that make sure they send it back. Never fundraise for Joe Manchin if he doesn't get in line. This is a huge issue. This is one of the number one issues for the black vote. The black vote gives the Democratic Party victories year after year at the national level. It is time for them to get serious about what's necessary. Playing nice has died 9 months ago. Republicans don't play nice when they're in control. We gave them a majority, a significant majority, if you consider that two of those senators came from Georgia. And also if you consider that 120,000 black men that were eligible to vote for Barack Obama but did not turn out and vote for this president, he damn well should know that he owes us this election.
Do you think, though, that he's concerned if he pushes Manchin too hard? Manchin, who is known for having supporters from both sides, both parties, he could end up even becoming more conservative because he is obligated to perhaps those who are donating to his campaign.
Yeah, I don't think Manchin can become more conservative. To me, he is extremely conservative, Democrat in name only. And I think the party needs to recognize that and get him in order. We hear so much from the party often when progressive members of like AOC or Bernie Sanders or Ilhan Omar speak out. We hear so many people criticize them and force them in order, force them in positions to compromise. And I've not heard that tone used with this white man from West Virginia who's holding all of these new black voters' desires hostage because he can and because the party's allowing him. So no, I'm not worried that Manchin can become more conservative. I'm worried that millions of black people will sit out next election because this party sold them out.
Well, we are certainly appreciative of your passion for this. Thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us with your perspectives. Take care.